Did you understand it though?
Yeah.
No. Okay. All right. Huh? Oh no, not this one. This is the grand finale of it.
Okay, the last.
Yeah, that's the last one.
So we got a completely different setup for this week for the weekend devotion. Welcome to the family room at Trinity. It's been missing a key component of that. It's still a room, but it's missing the family. So we hope to see everybody back as soon as we feel that it's safe for all of us to gather again. But in the meantime, I want to have a conversation today about conversations. It seems kind of weird. Why would I be doing that? Well, why? Because I was going to have a really awesome conversation with two fantastic ladies about something that's going on in our world right now. However, we had to postpone it. I had to move it back, and it's Friday, so we're all kind of done. So we're going to try this again next week. And hopefully, we'll come back to you right from this exact same location because this is a fantastic little room. The reason I like this room is that it is entirely set up for people to engage in meaningful conversation. I got couches over here, chairs there, a round table back there with 4 chairs at it. It's designed for conversation. And for today, I want you guys to understand that not only is this room designed for conversation, we as humans are designed for conversation. Now, unfortunately, sometimes we can't get together the way we want to talk to each other. And sometimes we kind of just do the best we can with texting. Texting is good for meaningless conversation, but there's nothing like picking up the phone and calling somebody to have a real conversation. And I might have said this before, so I might be going in circles on this thing here, but I really feel like now in America is a great time for us to really discuss some things that are happening. If you are a family and you are listening, engage your children. Now, obviously, how you would engage a 7-year-old, like my little McKenna, is different than how I would engage a 16-year-old, like my daughter Emma, who just got her license today. Scary. She passed her road test. Or my 18-year-old Madison, who's now officially in college. I'm a parent of a college person. That's strange. But those older kids are really starting to see society for things that are happening in it. The younger kids might not know a whole lot about it. So I've got 2 different ways to approach that. One, we could talk about what my older kids are seeing. 2, I can make sure that my younger kids don't grow up being unaware of things like injustice. They need to know what that looks like. So who are they going to learn that from? Well, it's summertime. There's only a couple places they can learn it from. 1, television. That's not a good idea. 2, your parents. A lot of us still in our houses. I know some people are venturing out a little bit more than others, but let's be honest, we're in Florida, we're in Palm Beach County. We might be the next epicenter of the outbreak. Who knows? There's a lot of uncertainty. And that's one of the things you can talk about. All these emotions that we have are valid, whether it's fear, whether it's loneliness, guilt, pride, any of it. They're all valid feelings, but we can't bury them inside. We've got to talk about these things. So, teenagers, shock your parents and ask them to sit down and talk about stuff. Parents, I know it looks like they might not want to talk to you, but I guarantee you if you put forth a sincere effort to talk to your kids about things, they're actually going to listen. And if you're in a spot where you feel like I don't have anyone to talk to, y'all, we've got God. And if you don't think that talking to God is a valid response, just look at the book of Psalms. That's David talking to God. It's one of the first books of the Bible that we learn as kids. There's Genesis at the start, there's Revelations at the end, and Psalms is kind of that big book in the middle. Not quite. Not quite the middle, but close. It's there for a reason. If David can talk to God and write about it, you can do the same. So, I would encourage you this week, find someone to engage in meaningful conversation. There's never been a time like the present. There's a lot happening in our world, and there's a lot of people with a wide range of emotions. And the worst thing that we could do is to bury them down deep. When David got caught doing some bad stuff, what did he do? Well, first he hid it, but he was exposed. And once he was exposed, what did he do? He brought it to God. And by doing so, he stayed with God's grace. Conversations, whether it's you and God, you and another person, have those conversations this week. And next week, like I said, hopefully we're back here with an actual discussion. If you didn't watch last week's episode with Janine, I highly encourage you to. It starts the doorways of discussion if you haven't seen it. Again, in that video, we have some links of discussion topics or short videos that you can watch to open the door to conversation. Have a great week. Continue to dodge the raindrops, and we'll see you back next week.